The common misperception is that implementing AI means actually switching on a lot of capability at once. You don't want to do that. This approach will increase noise. There's going to be too many moving parts. There's going to be unclear ownership. There's going to be difficulty diagnosing what's working, and it's going to get people frustrated, annoyed, looking to the point where they just want to abandon it. Now, a disciplined approach does the opposite. In the first month, the goal is usually to implement just one narrowly defined use case that touches a real workflow, reduces a specific form of effort or delay, and it can be observed without creating operational risk. And this is why an AI audit matters before you jump in. The audit will identify several candidate opportunities, then prioritize what to do first based on value, effort, and risk. The best rollout will be one that starts with a clear first step that is relatively easy to deploy. Before you start, you're going to choose one use case and define the boundary for that use case. Now, a good first use case will typically have a very clear trigger as to what's going to cause it, whether that's an email arrives, a job is booked, or a form is submitted. It's going to have a repeatable pattern. So there's going to be common inputs and common outputs. And there's going to be a human owner who understands the workflow well and can review the outputs that are provided. Now, the boundary matters as much as the use case. The boundary answers the questions like what data is in scope, what systems are in scope, what decisions are out of scope, and what happens if the inputs are incomplete or ambiguous. Now, these aren't legal questions, they're operational questions. Clear boundaries prevent AI sprawl and keep the first deployment understandable and something that you can evaluate. So in week one, we're going to clarify the success criteria, exceptions, and ownership. Week one is about clarity. It's not about coding anything or building anything. It's going to typically include a short working session or a couple of shorter sessions to confirm the workflow definition, what happens exactly step by step, the inputs and the outputs, what information is used and what output is needed, the ownership, who reviews the outputs, who approves changes, and who decides if it's working, and the exceptions, the cases where the normal path is not. And this is where an AI project will either be stable and useful or it might become fragile and fail. AI implementation best practices require explicit exception handling. Not in the sense of automating every exception, but in the sense of deciding what should happen when the system can't proceed with confidence.